So they found Takeoff killer, the guy that they wanted you to think is the killer. Um, so go ahead, let's roll the video.
Maybe a day or two, and made a promise that we would get the individuals or the individual that's responsible for the murder of Takeoff in custody. So yesterday evening, we arrested Patrick Xavier Brown, 33 years old. He was charged with the murder of Takeoff. Brown was arrested again yesterday evening in the 14700 block of Sterling Green Boulevard. It's located on the east side of Texas. I'm sorry, of Houston. Again, Cameron Joshua, 22 years old, was arrested on November the 22nd for felon in possession of a weapon. I'm going to turn it over to the mayor right now, and after that, we're going to bring up the investigators and then the district attorney's office, and then Commander Garcia will translate for us in Spanish. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. And look, let me thank your entire team and all of your law enforcement partners that have been working on this case. Let me thank the prosecutors from the DA's office. I really appreciate their presence and their work, and I've certainly realized that the work even continues in this case. I do want to point out the fact that over the last month, I've had several conversations with the mayor of Atlanta, Mayor Andre Dickens, kind of keeping him advised of this investigation and what was taking place, and talked with him as late as yesterday evening to apprise him of what would be taking place today. Look, it was about a month ago when we stood here as a team to discuss the shooting death of Kirshner Kyrie Ball. Public knew him as Takeoff. We all knew him as Takeoff, a talented entertainer and part of the Atlanta-based group, the Migos. I do also want to acknowledge Councilmember Edward Pollard, who is with us this afternoon. But in more than entertainer, he was a son, a brother, cousin, and a friend, and a mentor to those in the music industry. At that time, we also asked witnesses to help police identify Takeoff's killer and prevent more violence from happening in retaliation. I am glad that a suspect has been arrested and charged with Takeoff's death. It certainly, I think, will bring some comfort to the family, though it does not bring Takeoff back. This is a significant step towards seeking justice, and I hope it also brings additional comfort to all of those who love Takeoff. Over the past few weeks, Chief Fenn and I were asked often about the status of the investigation. The chief kept me informed about the information that had been received, the evidence that has been collected, including the video that was being reviewed. I want to express my regrets and disappointment that this was a case of another young man taking the life of another young man for no reason. The gun violence everywhere, not just in the city of Houston, has to stop. People are dying for little or no reason, and people are reaching for a deadly firearm to settle sometimes minor disagreements. But pulling a firearm can have deadly consequences that you cannot undo. And so I'm glad that arrest has taken place, that we do have someone in custody. It is unfortunate. It really is unfortunate because it does not bring Takeoff back. But to Chief Fenner, to you, to your command staff, to the investigators, to the DA's office, to all of the partners who helped, to those who provided tips, information, let me thank you, and then look forward to this investigation and prosecution continuing on this matter. Thank you, Chief.
Let me step up and make a quick correction on the name. I had a misprint on my notes. It's Patrick Xavier Clark, 33 years old, on the rest of the suspect. Okay? Come on, Sarge.
Good afternoon. Sergeant Michael Burrow with the Homicide Division. The chief was very gracious in recognizing a lot of the partners that we were involved with in this case. I did want to recognize a couple of other people that, or organizations that helped a lot with the investigation. The Houston Forensic Science Center, our lab rats, so to speak, the people that do our forensic analysis. They work behind the scenes a lot. They don't get a lot of recognition, and they helped us answer a lot of important questions in this case when others would not. That includes our firearms section, our latent print section, and our crime scene unit. Quick note, just I know there's going to be a lot of questions about the investigation. The investigation is still ongoing. We still have a lot of people that we're trying to locate and talk to, so we will be a little bit short on details here. We probably will not be able to answer all of your questions. But I can tell you, to confirm some of the speculations out there, the event was a private party. There was a lucrative dice game that went on at the event. There was an argument that happened afterwards outside the bowling alley, which led to the shooting. I can tell you that Takeoff was not involved in playing in the dice game. He was not involved in the argument that happened outside. He was not armed. He was an innocent bystander. Some important case factors. You know, the chief was mentioning some of the timing here. I mean, we've boiled it down to over 30 people that were standing outside. We have an exact number, but we're not going to put that out. When the shooting happened, literally every single one of those people left the scene without giving a statement to police. We found a few of them that night. We found others since then. But it's important that those people come forward. And we're still looking to talk to a lot of those people. And we will be looking to find you. It will be easier if you come find us. It'll be easier for you. It'll be easier for us as well. You know, essentially we had to rely on a large volume of video surveillance evidence that came in, and cell phone videos and audio, things that surfaced over time in some cases that weren't available immediately. We had to sift through all of that and use physical evidence and use shooting reconstruction and confirm a lot of our ballistic evidence, what weapons were involved, things of that nature. And through that, we were able to deduce that Patrick Clark is the lethal shooter in the case. And that's why he's being charged with murder.
Thank you, Sergeant. At the DA's office.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. My name is Ruben Perez, and I am a Bureau Chief of the Special Crimes Bureau. My bureau was in charge of this investigation at the DA's office. I want to thank the prosecutors in my bureau for working extremely hard, and I really want to thank the HPD organization for all the work and the collaborative effort they put into this case along with the DA's office. And I also want to thank our federal partners for their help. I want to thank everybody who was involved in this case. I want to echo what the mayor said. I want to echo what Chief Fender said, and I want to echo what the investigator said, that it took a lot of effort, a lot of work, a lot of patience, but we arrested this defendant. We look forward to prosecuting this case, and I want to send our sympathies to the family, and we look forward to prosecuting this case, and we'll see everybody in court. Thank you.
All right. Ma'am.
Muy buenas tardes. A nombre del jefe de la policía, Troy Finner, y del alcalde Turner, le queremos dar las gracias al público por su asistencia en esta investigación. Hace algunas horas el jefe de la policía le habló a la madre de nuestra víctima y le dio las noticias de que en efecto hemos arrestado a la persona responsable por este crimen. El individuo se llama Patrick Javier Clark, de 33 años de edad.
And you've been listening to a news conference in Houston, Texas, where authorities announced the suspect for the murder of Gwinnett County rapper from the Migos group Takeoff has been arrested.
Cases, Judge, I want to make clear she's not suspected of being the shooter in either case, and is suspect in either case. Yes, Judge, there are the two new carrying weapon cases, right? But in those cases, he's not suspected of being a shooter in the case. These are allegations that he possessed a firearm.
Okay. I guess I misunderstood you. I made it sound like there was allegedly two murders. You said two other cases.
No, ma'am.
Sure, I know he's alleged to have committed felony possession of a weapon and unlawful possession.
Right. In each of those cases, we're dealing strictly with the issue of possessing a weapon, not actually, using it and shooting.
Thank you.
That's correct, Judge. Obviously, we would request a hearing for no bond based on the circumstances, Judge. And I spoke with Mr. Downey about having such a hearing. And we also had a conversation about, and we've been in communication with California. We believe it's likely that they will file a motion to revoke his permit.
The circumstances of these cases, Judge, I want to make clear she's not suspected of being the shooter in either case, and is suspected in either case.
So there's two cases?
Yes, Judge, there are the two new carrying
Oh, two
weapon
new
cases,
cases,
right?
right.
But in those cases, he's not suspected of being a shooter in the case.
Okay.
These are allegations that he possessed a firearm.
Okay, I guess I misunderstood you. I made it sound like there was allegedly two murders. You said two other cases.
No, ma'am.
But sure, I know he's alleged to have committed felony possession of a weapon and unlawful use of weapon.
Right. In each of those cases, we're dealing strictly with the issue of possessing a weapon, not actually, using it and shooting.
Thank you.
That's correct, Judge. Obviously, we would request a hearing for no bond based on the circumstances, Judge. And I spoke with Mr. Downey about having such a hearing. And we also had a conversation about, and we've been in communication with California. We believe it's likely that they will file a motion to revoke his permit.